Hi, today is Friday, April 21st. This is history story number 35, and it asks me to describe some of the major community, national, or world events that I lived through. And it said, did those events change your life? Well, while I was in the Army, President John F. Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas, Texas, by most likely a lone rifle shooter, although there's controversy all around it to see whether or not that's actually true. But I was in the service, and I remember being in the called the day room where the TV was, and we all got caught up in it. We didn't know what that meant when I was in the service, but it brought attention to politics to me. And I really liked John Kennedy. He was young. He was an officer, as I recall. So he'd been in the service, so, you know, that is a little bit of camaraderie. While I was in the service, the second event started, Vietnam War. I went in 62 and got out in 65. When I went in 62, I committed to 3 years and was able to choose a stateside job, so to speak. I ended up a panel operator on a Nike Hercules missile base in Long Island for a year plus, and then in Indiana for the remainder until I got out. And because of that, I did not have what they call a critical MOS, or a critical job, and therefore in 65 I didn't have to stay in. Some people did have to stay longer than their normal enlistment. I didn't know much about the war then at all. I know there was a lot of controversy, but I didn't know that till years later. So I was kind of oblivious to what was going on, to be perfectly honest. I served my time, I got out, and the war continued. The third thing was New York City, the World Trade Centers were attacked, and it was from believed to be Islamic terrorist type people. The term Islamic terrorist, I think, came later, but these were mostly Saudis, as I recall, and they crashed 2 commercial jetliners, one in each building, and those buildings subsequently toppled to the ground. That was the most monumental thing that I've been through up till that point. So that's the third one. The last one is the Trump presidency. This is a big deal shakeup going on right now against normal everyday people and the insiders, the career politicians. And things are changing, but it too was monumentous. It was a foregone conclusion that Hillary Clinton, the Democratic candidate, was going to win, and that just didn't work out. And Trump was up against 16 other Republicans and went through the debates and kept getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And rightfully so, he's the guy to be in there. If we're going to have any change at all, and hopefully for the better, then Trump as an outsider and a businessman is going to be able to pull it off. It's touch and go right now. Not sure how well it's going to go, but I'm still rooting for him. I voted for him, and I'm rooting for him and hope that he has success. So those are 4 events that I've been through. Any one of them changed my life? No, made me have resolve, though. Kennedy, I became very nationalistic. Rah America. In Vietnam War, I didn't have a big impact, but the terrorist attack on the 2 trade centers in New York City, that was so sad. Almost 3,000 people died. Plus there was the Pentagon they hit the same day, and another flight where the passengers took over and it crashed and burned in a field somewhere in Pennsylvania, I believe. And then the Trump presidency comes along, and I was very active online with that, to the point where I think I probably lost some friends on Facebook because I was adamantly in favor of Trump. right or wrong, I was a strong supporter. That's it for this one. Have a great day. We'll talk to you later.